Well, guys, just like that, UFC 310 is completely ruined. So Belal caught a bone infection in his foot, had to put a line in his arm with IV antibiotics for the next 6 weeks with no physical activity. Belal says Allah's plan is the best plan. He's sorry to everyone that was coming to see him and that he will be back soon. Now, the jokes are always ducking Shavkat the stat. It's not the case, as we can scroll to this next picture. It seems a bit serious as my MacBook's about to die. Let's plug that charger in real quick. But yeah, it looks serious. I will keep scrolling a couple more pictures, but the next one has stitches in it. You can look on his Instagram if you want to see it, but it's a little bit grotesque for the YouTube video. But with all that going down, you'd be like, oh, it's not completely ruined. Like, Shavkat still have a sick fight. Like, we could save the card, but I'm afraid that's false. Shavkat will not be fighting on UFC 310. Now, they haven't said this, but how do I know this? Because for the past however long since he's been in the UFC, everybody in his weight class has been ducking Shavkat, not taking fights, which the one bashing point people have against Shavkat is this level of competition. They're like, oh, he's beating Stephen Thompson. Whoever else, not good competition is someone like Belal is facing, or Leon Edwards, or Kamaru Usman. But it's because everybody else is ducking him. Like, nobody wants to take the fight against Shavkat, and for good reasons. He's 18-0, 18 finishes. We all know. I don't need to say that. But with nobody wanting to take a fight with Shavkat in the first place, now that it is short notice, it's not that short a notice. You still have, 7 weeks till UFC 310, maybe 8 weeks. I don't think anybody's going to take this fight. The only person I could maybe see taking this fight is Kamaru Usman, but I really don't think that's the case. He's been hinting that he's out until next year. JDM I could see taking the fight, but he's also said he won't be back till around February, so I think we're kind of stuck here. Some other people that people might think take the fight is Ian Garry. Ian Garry has called out Shavkat before. That'd be an interesting one. I'd like to see that just because I think Ian Garry does lose that. And with what he said about Shavkat before, I'd love to see him actually step in the ring with him and for someone to not duck him. But as we look over these welterweight rankings, like, realistically, our options with all the injuries, and we don't want to fight anyone way down. I doubt Gilbert Burns takes that fight. Is Leon Edwards and Kamaru Usman. I could still see Kamaru taking it, but I really don't think he wants to fight unless he's feeling 100% healthy at this age. But I think Leon Edwards would be a good idea. You know, he fought all the way back in July. He can definitely fight in December. I'm tired of people sitting out forever and not fighting. We got Pereira fighting every other month, it seems like. But Leon Edwards, it wasn't a crazy, brutal fight against Belal. He can definitely fight against Shavkat in December. And he was, 13-0 before we lost to Belal. And they're clearly not giving him the immediate rematch. Don't know whether that's fair or not. You guys can be the judge of that in the comments. But I think Leon Edwards, this would be his best opportunity to take this fight. If he wins this fight, he's automatically back in the title picture no matter what. You know, he could wait and fight someone else, but if you look, he'd probably be fighting JDM maybe, or maybe Usman fights JDM. They don't want Edwards and Usman to fight again for a fourth time, so I think the best bet Edwards has to get himself back in that title picture and avenge that just a horrible loss against Belal would be to fight Shavkat and beat Shavkat, which I think would be a really good fight. I think Edwards and Shavkat would be a really entertaining fight as well. I think it's two lengthy guys. It'll end up being mostly a striking match. I can see a clinch, grappling, a little bit of wrestling, but I think this will be a pretty entertaining, high-level match, and it would be main event worthy. People would be interested in seeing it. Bedtime MMA mentioned Joaquin Buckley. You know, that'd be all right, but I want to see Shavkat facing the top level of competition in his weight class. I think that's what he needs to be doing because he's fighting for the title clearly. That we don't need to be fighting anyone below JDM and rankings-wise. I mean, Ian Garry, sure, if they can't find anyone else, but we really don't need to be seeing that. So, I'm afraid 310 is out the window because I don't think they will find anyone for Shavkat. And I see people on Twitter already saying, people are texting me, they're like, hey, Alex Pereira is going to step in and save the show once again. But when you look at Alex Pereira, there is nobody for him to realistically fight except Magomed Ankalaev. That needs to be the next fight that's going to happen. That is the next fight that's going to happen. But Ankalaev just fought this last weekend in Abu Dhabi against Rakic. There is no way Ankalaev is going to fight Pereira in December that early. I don't think he wants to do that. He's kind of shown that he really only wants to fight in Abu Dhabi, which I think is just bad for the sport and just kind of soft in general. But I don't think he takes a fight against Pereira on that short notice. I think Pereira probably would take the fight against Magomed. I can't say that for sure, though, because he did have a brutal fight against Khalil Roundtree. So, I don't know. It's probably best for Pereira to get some rest. He's fought more than enough times this year already. But with that being said, I really don't see another match. I mean, I would like to see Makhachev fight. I really don't think Makhachev needs to be sitting out this long. Pantoja already is fighting, which... that's not really... I mean, the champions fight it could be main event, but I don't think with Pantoja's the main event on that fight, it's going to sell nearly as much as it would with Belal and Shavkat, or Shavkat and anyone else for that matter. Shavkat is a hyped-up prospect, and he will pull in pay-per-view buys. I think it would be best if you gave him someone like Leon Edwards or Kamaru Usman to help that out, but realistically, I just don't know what's going to happen. I think Leon should take the fight. I think that would be best for his career. He definitely wants to get back to championship fighting. I think that's what he needs to do to make that happen. But let me know what you guys think below. What's going to be the replacement fight or fighters for Belal Muhammad, UFC 310, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.